everybody, it's Vanessa here from Degania Aromatics with products for the 3 dimensions of you. You are spirit, you are soul, and you live in a body. So in this video is different than some I've done in the past. Today I am going to be doing a video on one of my favorite products. I'm making elderberry syrup. So this is a recipe that I put together. Probably, it's an adaptation from what's been out there for many years when I was going to American College of Health Sciences. So in my container here, I have my water, but what I did was I'm tripling my recipe because I'm actually sharing it with my son. So here I have my water, as I said. Here I have my elderberry, my dried elderberries. So normally what you would use, have my notes, you would use a half a cup of dried elderberries, but I'm tripling my recipe here. And so what do we know about elderberries? We know they're loaded with antioxidants and vitamins that boost our immune systems. They're an anti-inflammation tamer. They're inflammation tamer, correcting myself. Stress, they're great for helping with stress in our society. We have so many things going on. So many of us are extremely stressed out. And some people believe that it's also a heart protector, and it helps help prevent and ease cold and flu symptoms. So what I am going to do now, I'm just going to stir my dried elderberries into my cool water. And at the end of the video or in the comment section, you'll be able to capture the recipe. I don't sell this. And also, hopefully within the next couple weeks or so, I will write a blog article too. Just laying all this out. So then we have our elderberries. And then next, I'm going to use some dried echinacea root. So what do we know about echinacea? Echinacea is known all over the world as a flu and cold fighter. Anxiety reducer. Some people believe it may help relieve blood pressure. And finally, it's a booster for assisting with growth of healthy cells. So of course we always want healthy body cells, to stay strong and healthy and fight against flu and colds and infections and anything else that may come in our way. So I'm putting in my echinacea root. I'm going to stir this in. And right here I'm using 3/4 of a cup for echinacea. But if you were making a single recipe, it would only be 1/4 cup. Just like for the elderberries, you will only use a half a cup. Got that stirred in. So next I'm going to put in my dried hibiscus. I love hibiscus. I love the color. I love the way it tastes. I like hibiscus tea even without sweetener. So I'm stirring my hibiscus in. This is going to make such a delicious recipe. Such a delicious syrup. It is a delicious recipe. So what do we know about hibiscus? We know it's loaded with antioxidants, right? Some research indicates that it may help reduce high blood pressure. So it'll lower your blood pressure. It's a natural immunity booster and additional. Some people believe that it helps promote a healthy liver. So I have my hibiscus stirred in there nicely. And next I'm going to add in my dried, this is a little unusual, it's ashwagandha, and it's an herb, and it's an adaptogen. And what means, simply that means that adaptogens are non-toxic herbs that are known to help the body reposition itself, and some people like to call it a get back to the middle. So I'm going to take a few minutes here. I'm just going to stir this in. So now I think that looks pretty good. So what do we know about ashwagandha? We know that it's used in Indian medicine, but for us, and based on my research and what I understand about the adaptogen, it's an immunity powerhouse, boosting our immunity. It's a natural energy booster. So what happens if you're sluggish, it's supposed to help boost that energy and get you back to that good and happy place. great for helping with long-term stress. So, like many people in this country, including myself, some of us have extremely demanding jobs. You know, you're balancing your job, your children, your husband. If you're, sometimes we are going to school, sometimes we're in ministry, sometimes we have 2 and 3 jobs, and having all that stuff on our plate, it's a lot, and it causes a lot of long-term stress. So ashwagandha is supposed to be really good for helping us fight that long-term stress. I'm sorry. And again, it is loaded with antioxidants. So the next thing I'm going to put in is, I'm adding in some ginger root. I love ginger. So normally in the recipe, I would call for 2 tablespoons of fresh ginger. Now, you would normally grate this up. I didn't feel like grating it up. I have another idea of what to do with the ginger after I'm finished with the cook. So I have little chunks like this. I'm just going to add it in there and stir it up. And for ginger, ginger is just wonderful. We know that it's good for helping to fight colds, the symptoms of colds and flu. And in addition, we know ginger is a natural analgesic, a natural pain reducer, and it supports a healthy heart, and it's great for nausea. I like to drink a cup or a couple cups of ginger tea every day. I just feel like it keeps me warm, and I think it's really good for my tummy, especially sometimes when you eat food that don't necessarily always agree with you. You like the food, but the food don't like you. Next, I'm putting in, normally for this regular size recipe, it would be 2 cinnamon sticks. I am putting in, I'm putting in 6, 7. And for the cinnamon, I just like the way it tastes. You know, if you think about some people when they get a cold, they do honey and cinnamon and tea, or honey, cinnamon, ginger and tea. It's just really delicious, and it'll give the elderberry syrup a really nice flavor. So at this point, I have everything nicely mixed in. So I'm going to take my wonderful concoction here, and I'm going to put it on the stove on a low heat for 45 minutes to an hour, and then I'll come back to you and we will look at what our elderberry syrup looks like. It's going to be kind of gushy looking, but in the long run, it's really, really good. So I'll be back with you shortly. Thank you. Hey everyone, I am back, and the elderberry is cooled off. Now normally, if I was making just a single batch of the elderberry syrup, I would let it cool down a little bit, and then I would go ahead and move forward with filtering the all the goodies and pour it into a jar. But since this is so heavy, I did not want to take a chance in hurting myself. So let's get started. And what I have done is I love saving empty jars, sanitizing them and reusing them, keeping up with just recycling things. So I kind of want to get a bearing of how much of unsweetened syrup I'm going to put in here, because normally the ratio is 50% of the weight of your syrup should be what your either honey or agave nectar. I am using agave nectar because right now I don't have a sufficient amount of honey, and I like agave nectar a little bit better because of the glycemic index. So I'm weighing my jar here. I just want to know how heavy my jar is, but more than anything, the weight of the jar. I want to know how much liquid I'm going to be pouring in here, so I can do, instead of doing 50% of the weight of the liquid for my agave nectar, I only use a quarter. And then if it's not sweet enough, I'll add a little bit more. So I have 9 ounces of elderberry unsweetened syrup. I'm going to add in 3 ounces of agave nectar. Stir this up. Put my top on. And my first jar of elderberry syrup is in it. Isn't it lovely? So a good thing to remember as I was sharing my recipe is that a very basic elderberry syrup recipe only consists of a few ingredients, which are elderberries, which are dried elderberries, water, and honey. That's as simple as it comes. So this is Vanessa here from Degania Aromatics with natural products for the 3 dimensions of you. You are spirit, you are soul, and you are body. This product is for your body. I do not sell, but I am more than glad to share my recipe. Thank you for watching and be abundantly blessed.